1 hour later.
Welcome to the class trial.
We were originally planning this to be an Ask panel, but for the last hour or so we've been investigating a murder.
I hate my life.
These things tend to happen. First we have the bottom.
Asahina was found face first in the second floor pool at 1:35 p.m. No poisons or chemical substances were found in the body.
Wait, where's Byakuya? Why isn't he here? I thought everyone...
He's been gone for a few days.
But isn't everyone supposed to participate in the class trial?
No,
not if they're missing, I suppose.
How?
He did it. Game over.
Let's head under the table. I think it would be a good idea if we all established our alibis first. I was in the library the whole time. I was waiting for Byakuya-sama to show up, and he never did.
I was waiting to take pictures and drawings of that little lovely lady there and Asahina, but we couldn't find her.
Of course it couldn't have been me, because I was in the kitchen. I was having some tea with Komaeda and with Sonia.
Hinata-kun, don't you realize how suspicious you sound? Of course, I was in the same place, as Hinata-kun mentioned, with himself and Sonia. There was a few-minute interval when Sonia wasn't there. She did leave, as I recall.
Are you accusing me? Jesus shit, you son of a bitch! I'm sorry. This is true. However, I went up to the library to ask Mikawa if she wanted to join us for some tea. However, she declined. And on my way down, I did see Asahina as I went to go join Nagito and Hinata again. Well, why would I want to have tea with those weirdos? They're like the BL mangas, the trash that Yamato writes.
That's my face.
BL trash Yamato writes!
Well, I was going to meet Yamada, and I was going up the stairs when I saw a donut on the ground, and I tripped over it, and I fell down the stairs.
This is sounding rather suspicious. What's the cause of death?
Here's our truth bullets so far. We have a wet extension cord found in the library. Squished donut on the stairs. I guess we can wonder why that happened. Asahina's clothes were stashed and hidden in the dusty pool locker. Sonia was the last person to see Asahina. Yamada, Nikan, Sonia, and myself were on the second floor before the murder took place. And Nikan did an autopsy for us. Also suspicious.
So do we have any questions for anyone here to try and explain the meaning?
If you saw the donut, how did you trip over it?
Do you know who she is?
Stop laughing at me! Stop looking at me!
How many donuts have you tripped over, Hinata-kun?
What flavor was the donut?
Strawberries!
That matters.
I know, because when I fell, it got in my mouth. Autopsy report. Oh! I did.
What do you think, Hinata-kun? The autopsy report?
Of course!
Okay. This is the autopsy. There were bruises on her neck. And she had scratches right here on her collarbone. And I don't know if this is important, but I think it should be, but there was no water in her lungs.
Well, if she was face down in the pool, then clearly she drowned.
Well, then how do you explain the lack of water in her lungs?
Idiots don't have to breathe.
I might be jumping ahead to conclusions, but it seems like Asahina was strangled.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Hold on. The extension cord seems like the most likely choice, but really, when do any of these trials ever follow the most likely option?
Komaida has a very strong profile.
But also it's Komaida.
I think there's several people here who we could suspect. I wouldn't say it's impossible to strangle someone with bandages.
You mean these? That's right, you carry those things around all the time.
But I do it to help you guys.
Do you even wash those things?
Yes! You don't trust me?
No.
We can't really trust anyone, unfortunately.
Can you trust someone that could trip over something they've already seen?
Where were you, Fukawa? You were missing for a period of time too, you know.
I already said that I was in the library. I was trying to write, but I have writer's block.
And doesn't that seem suspicious? You were alone.
I was waiting for Byakuya-san.
He's been missing for days.
That doesn't mean that he's not here anymore. I don't care what that
Look,
stupid
you never
stupid
fault
idiot
someone
says.
for
He's
having
not
hope.
dead.
Yes.
Do we know where the extension cord's from?
It was found in the pool. It was found in the library.
Monokuma trying to throw us off again.
Oh, that sounds like me.
Well, it's not unusual for a cord to be in the library. I mean, there's lamps in there.
But it is unusual for it to be wet.
Hinata-kun has a point. Yes, you.
What's Junko and Mono Bear's alibis?
Each other. Monokuma's not allowed to harm students unless they break rules.
Badly. But I can beat up Monabi as much as I want.
Well, because Mommy's not a person, she doesn't matter.
Yes.
What was Sonia talking to Asahina about?
We didn't really exchange words. She just said that she had to go to the drawing thing with Yamada. That's where she was heading.
A likely story. You were the last person to see her alive.
Bum bum bum.
I'm dramatic enough by myself.
Okay, but where did you get the extension cord since there wasn't one in the kitchen?
She left, remember?
Yes, but she wasn't gone for that long.
She was gone for a period of time. How long does it take to get an extension cord?
It depends on where the extension cord was.
How fast can you run, Sonia?
Depends if Sonia already had the extension cord.
You're right, the dress is pretty large.
It would be hard to wrap it around like that.
I swear, I didn't kill her. I do recall when I went to go see Fukawa, she was walking around outside the library. And she was holding something rather suspicious, but I couldn't make it out.
Suspicious. And like what?
The extension cord, perhaps? Fukawa?
Just because it was suspicious, you immediately jumped to the extension cord.
Well,
What do you have to say for yourself, Fukawa?
I just needed a little extra light to read by. There's a really dark corner that has a nice squishy chair, and you can't get a lamp there without an extension cord.
But why would you be walking outside the library?
I needed fresh air.
You keep adding on to the list of things you needed.
Asahina had scratch marks on her arm, correct?
Exactly. So I couldn't have been
Well,
involved.
is
I
it
can't see
possible-
blood.
Is it possible that she could have been scratched with something like a tool, like maybe a pair of scissors?
Well, even if she was, I wouldn't have been able to stomach the blood.
If I may interject, I think we might be going down the wrong path here.
Right. What about Yamada?
What about me?
Asahina was going to see Yamada. Nobody else has seen her since she went upstairs.
But I didn't actually see her. I only saw Mikan.
If we think about the murder weapon, it doesn't necessarily have to be the extension cord, like I mentioned earlier. Something else could be used to strangle someone, like perhaps a tie.
What?
Hinata-kun?
Come on, you just classic blame, Hajime.
I was in the kitchen with you the entire time.
I was with
I blinked. Where were you when I blinked?
Still there?
Sounding pretty suspicious, Hinata-kun.
I can assure you that it wasn't me. My tie would be wet, right?
Now that before
Be
we
wet if
start
you used to
suspecting
strangle it to someone.
more people, why don't we get some information from Genocide?
Really? Do I have to? I suppose. It would make you all get away from me.
Here goes Genocide.
You guys are losers. I can't believe we're doing this again.
She's scary.
she's amazing.
And besides, like, where are we even at in this trial? I've kind of been dozing since this afternoon. No big deal.
What do you mean since this afternoon? What happened this afternoon?
Well, the
That
strangest
included
thing
you,
was,
of course.
I woke up in the pool and there was Asahina in her swimsuit. Pretty kinky, if you ask me. Just laying there where anyone can, see her.
Tell me more.
Well, you see, her boobs are like this, and then her legs were like this, and then there was this lovely scratch along her stupid shoulder. Wouldn't be enough to make any girl jealous, really, except for the fact that she wasn't breathing.
So you were the last person to see her.
Well, I suppose you could put it that way.
You're telling me you're one of the people that saw the body, then?
Yeah, that works.
Monokuma, I believe we have a repeat. Does this trial have anything to do with the murderer seeing the body?
Absolutely not. Not this time.
That means you've got the wrong chickadee.
Okay, so you're telling me that you came to and you saw her in the pool, she was dead, and she had the scratch already on her shoulder.
Yes, she was in the pool when I woke up.
Wait, it could not have been genocider. She only kills pretty boys. I
That not pretty. Sorry.
Also not a boy, but...
Not even remotely passing for one. Is that all you dumb bunnies need from me?
We have a few more questions. Yes.
For genocider, were there any marks on her neck at that time? Or
Yeah. Nice, pretty purple.
What about the clothes that were found? Was there any cuts on the clothes she was wearing when the body was found? And
Yeah, there was cloth everywhere. It looked like someone was getting ready to cut her open or something. I don't know.
Which makes me think I should suspect someone that we seemed to shoot down earlier. Tsumiki, look, you're a nice person, but you carry scissors around to cut the clothes off people who've been injured, right? That's what paramedics do.
Yes.
Okay.
So are you trying to say maybe she got a cut on her shoulder and then she cut her clothes to treat her?
Sweetie, I know a lot about crazy, and anybody with Munchausen syndrome as hard as she does is capable of any kind of malice.
I don't have that. I'm a good girl.
Oh, Hinata, I want you all to myself. If you'd just be better at it, and I could take care of you forever.
I was tired. I needed to take a nap. I worked so hard.
Yeah, we all work hard.
Honestly, she's really nice and great. Nothing happened at all.
But clearly it has to be Sumiki.
Why are you so eager to point it onto me?
You're the obvious suspect, sweetie. You've got
seem
the
the
murder
most
weapon on you
suspicious.
and the weapon needed to cut the clothes.
All right, you've got that wrong then. There is still the wet extension cord in the library. That has to be the murder weapon. You said you were using it the entire time in order to use your light.
Sweetie, I have to remind you, I don't share memories with my counterpart. I never said that.
All right, well then Fukawa said that.
Fukawa says a lot of things. Maybe her to shut up to save my life. Let her
And you
live.
have to say she was lying.
And there is still one more thing that we could clear up, though, is a motive.
Exactly.
Why would someone want to kill that weird fan servicey swimmer girl anyway?
Maybe because Junko thinks that she's prettier than that, and so
Ooh, now we're suspecting Junko.
I don't trust Junko even this much at all. 0%.
We are not allowed to kill anyone. We are immediately non-suspects.
So we're not allowed to blame them.
That's not fair. I guess it's okay if it's Junko.
Noted.
I would also like to add that normally I don't like to be in the same room as this little nurse here, so when she came to see the body, I had to go and hide in the closet.
The pool locker?
Pool locker, yeah, that thing.
You said you woke up and you were in front of the body, more or less, correct?
Yeah.
I wonder why that happened. Something has to cause you to front, doesn't it?
I don't know. All I know is that the idiot that shares this body with me has a serious hate on for that girl. She's harmless. I don't understand why.
Interesting.
Okay, so then that could be a motive, right? She just hated her so
shit, I
much.
suppose so. You have to understand, sharing a body sucks. If your counterpart does something that's stupid, you have to suffer the consequences right along with it. That's why I try to kill as many people as possible. Because she will mess up a relationship faster than I can.
Let me write you poems.
It is rather depressing, though, that Byakuya wasn't able to come here. I would have loved to stare at his sweet face. Unfortunately, I didn't get a chance to do him before he disappeared.
Oh. Oh my.
This isn't an 18+ panel.
Alright, I'm going to puke after that comment, so let's wrap things up here. Any idea who done it?
Who done it?
Who done it?
Who done it?
Kawa did it.
I kind of love Kawa.
We know what the screen means.
We've all reached the final decision. And the verdict is...
Togo Fukawa. No! Well, who could blame me? She said that we had to start looking for Byakuya's body.
It's punishment time!
Yay!
I love punishment time.
We lose the most friends this way.
I get to see him again.
You're done.
No, neither do I.
Juka's just like having a roaring good time right now.